What is up guys, Mace here and I'm back in the mic with another video. Now today we'll be going over the top 6 most overpowered meta loadouts right now after season 4. Now after the new update guys, they did tweak a lot of these new weapons, man. They did actually nerf the recoil for the SCG and a lot of different weapons. So before you do actually get into these classes, make sure you go down below, drop a like, get that sub button, and turn on those post notifications so you don't miss a single upload on my channel. And yo, shout out to CEO of ODY, man, for them typing in Mace Squad. If you guys want a shout out in the next video, comment down below Mace Squad and I will put your name on the screen. Alright guys, without further ado, let's get straight into this video, man. I'm gonna show you guys the best subs that you guys need to use in Warzone. Now the first setup I'm going to be using here is going to be a Emiliano, man. This setup is seriously insane. Let's get straight to the setup. First thing I do to use here is going to be the agency suppressor. Now not a lot of people use this. I've seen people use like sound suppressor and all of that. I highly recommend you guys got to put on this one right here. It's going to help with the suppression, recoil control for the vertical, bullet velocity, as well as the effective damage range. Now guys, this SMG can kill people very far across the map. I mean seriously guys, this gun has no recoil at all. The agency suppressor is going to make you stay completely hidden across the map. Next thing I did use here is going to be the 10.6 task force. It's honestly the best barrel that you got to use for this gun. And it's going to again increase the effective damage range, bullet velocity, as well as the strafe speed. So with this setup, you guys can strafe around the map, and you guys can get easy kills, man. You guys can juke your enemies. You guys can just go crazy. This one here is a very good barrel to put on. Next thing I use here is going to be a Tiger Team Spotlight. This is super needed for this gun right here. It's going to increase the movement speed as well as the aim walking movement speed. So again guys, you guys can literally strafe. Enemies are gonna have a hard time killing you, and with this gun guys, I mean this gun already has no recoil, so you can kill people even when they're flying in, all of that, man. It's just crazy. Now definitely do try this out guys, I highly recommend it. Now for the underbarrel, I'm gonna be using the bruiser grip just because it's gonna again increase the movement speed and the hipfire accuracy. Now this gun is a very fast movement setup right here, so you guys can move very quickly and get around all the corners, all the maps, man. You guys can go very quick. It's gonna also increase the hipfire accuracy, so anyone who's close to you, you can just spray and you guys are going to get the kill. Lastly, we're going to be using a Salvo 55 round fast mags. Now not a lot of people use this. I've seen people use just the regular one right here, but this one right here is just a little bit more rounds, and you guys are going to get reload quickness. You can reload very quickly in Warzone. That's pretty much it for the Emiliano class sub. Let's get straight into the next one. Now the next setup I got here is going to be the M13. Right now this is going to be the top meta right now after the update. This gun is seriously overpowered, man. Let's get straight into the setup. First thing I did use here is going to be the monolithic suppressor. It's going to increase the sound suppression as well as the damage range. So overall, man, this one right here is very overpowered. It's a must needed muzzle right here, and you guys want to be using suppressors for like almost all your loadouts. I don't see why you wouldn't use it. I mean, you're gonna stay hidden. People aren't gonna find you across the map. It is super helpful. You guys want to put this on. Now for the barrel, I'm gonna be using a Tempest Marksman. It's gonna increase the range, velocity, and the recoil control. Those things are super important, man. This gun is gonna have no recoil at all. All your shots are going to hit with the velocity, and the damage range is seriously just increased. Now for the optic, guys, you can use different optics in this game. For me, I've been actually using recently the Core Combat Hollow Sight. Not a lot of people use this. You guys got to try it out. For me, I'm very accurate with this optic right here. Now you guys can either use this, or you can actually use the Scout Combat Optic, or lastly I also recommend you guys try out the Cronin. Those 3 optics are very good. Definitely do try them out. For the underbarrel, you guys want to be putting on the Commando foregrip. There's so many underbarrels you guys can use in this game. Some people use Merc on the M13, which you don't need. I mean, you're just going to decrease the ADS speed and the aim walking. You guys want to put on the Commando. I think it's the best thing you guys can put on. It's really just going to improve your recoil like so much. I mean, you're getting more stabilization and you're getting the aiming stability, so this gun is just a laser. Lastly, we're going to be using the 60 round mags. You guys can try out the 50. Honestly, 60 round mags you guys want to put on. I like to have more ammo on my weapon, so I like to use a 60, but if you think 50 is okay for you, definitely do put on the 50. For my perk size, I use Quick Fix, Tempered, and Combat Scout with Throwing Knife and Stim Shot. And guys, these perks I use on all my class setups. The next setup I have here is going to be the M4A1. I do want to drop a video on this pretty soon, guys. I will be dropping a video for this class setup right here, but seriously guys, I think this might be very comparable to the M13. It's a very nice medium to long range type weapon right here. It is very nice, and you guys can move very quickly with this setup. The first thing ammunition, of course, I'm going to be putting on the monolithic suppressor. You guys want to have that sound suppression, you guys want to have that damage range. It is super important in this game. Now for the barrel, I'm going to be using the stock M16. You guys can increase the range, velocity, and the recoil control. Those three things are super important, man. I've seen people running also the Corvus. I think this one's also pretty decent, but I don't want my movement speed to be affected with the M4, so I like to use the stock M16. For the laser, I like to use tac laser just to increase the ADS speed, aiming stability, and the aim walking steadiness. So you guys can have a very fast ADS speed in Warzone. You guys can get kills very easily with this tac laser. Now for the underbarrel, I like to use the commando foregrip just to increase the recoil stabilization as well as the aiming stability. I've seen people using the Merc, different other ones right here, but honestly, I highly recommend you try the commando. It is very nice. You guys can have no recoil at all for the M4. The magazine, we're going to be using the 60 round mags. I don't want to be using the 50 because I think honestly it can run out very quickly when you're playing this game, and this gun already has a very fast fire rate. So honestly, I highly recommend you try out the 60 round mags. The next setup I got here is going to be the SCG-44. Now I did make a video on this before on my previous class up video, but I did actually tweak a little bit of these attachments since they actually did get nerfed in the previous update. Now, since this gun honestly was the best meta in Warzone on rebirth, everyone is honestly using this weapon. They did actually nerf the recoil, but I am going to be fixing this in the attachments. Let's go straight to it. Now for the muzzle, I'm going to be using the MX silencer just because I actually switched out from the Mercury silencer, and also since it did get nerfed the recoil attachments, you guys want to be putting this on right here. It's going to help a lot with the recoil controls for the horizontal and the vertical, as well as the sound suppression and the range. So overall, this MX silencer is the most overpowered attachment right now on the SCG. You guys got to put this on. For the barrel, you guys want to be putting on the VDD 760. I don't see why you would put anything else besides that, but honestly the 760 is the best overall barrel you guys need to put on, just because it's going to make you more accurate. The range is going to get increased, your scope sway, gun bob is all going to get reduced, and you're going to get increased bullet velocity. Now for the optic, I did actually switch this out. Now I am going to be using the SVT 40. I want you guys to try this out and let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Honestly, this optic is super nice. You're getting a nice magnification on the scope. You guys are going to be more accurate, and you guys are not going to miss any of your shots. For the stock, I like to use the VDD 34 weighted just because we can increase the accuracy, flinch resistance, recoil control, and the aiming stability. So again guys, this is the most no recoil attachments right here for the SCG. Since it did get nerfed, you guys want to be putting these attachments. For the underbarrel, I like to use the M1941 handsaw just to increase the vertical and the horizontal recoil control. It's going to be super important. This gun is seriously a laser. You guys got to put this on. For the magazine, I like to use the 50 round Gorenko mag just because we're actually going to get a boost for the fire rate, as well as the ADS, movement speed, and the recoil control. So this is the most overpowered thing you guys got to put on for the magazine. You guys need to put this on. For the ammunition, we're going to be going with the lengthen. I'm sure you guys probably put this on all of your other classes, but for the lengthen is super important. You guys want to have more velocity when you are shooting enemy. For the rear grip, we're going to be trying out the hatched grip right here. I did change this from my previous video, but it's going to help with the recoil control for the vertical and horizontal again, as well as the flinch resistance. Now for the perk, we're going to be going with the Nerves of Steel because I did actually try this out, and it's really nice. When you are getting shot, when someone is shooting you, while you're getting injured, you guys can have a little bit of boost for the accuracy and the recoil. So again guys, this gun is just too overpowered. Lastly, we're going to be using the perk 2 for the fully loaded. You guys want to start with the max starting ammo. You guys don't want to run out at all. Now the last sub we got here is going to be the goated MP7 class sub. Now I did make this video before, but this is a little bit updated for class sub right here. It's going to mostly rely on your movement and all of that. So this is the most overpowered sub you guys are going to see right here. Let's go straight to it. For the muzzle, we're going to be using the monolithic suppressor to increase the sound suppression and damage range. For an SMG, this is super nice. I mean, you can literally move across the map really quickly, and you guys are going to stay completely hidden. For the barrel, we're going to be using the FSS Recon, so we can increase the range, velocity, and the recoil control. Again, those three things are the most important in this game. You guys want to be utilizing that. Seriously, this gun is very nice. Now the laser, we're going to be using the attack laser just to increase the ADS speed, aiming stability, and aim walking steadiness. Now you guys want to have fast ADS, super important in this game, as well as aiming stability. This gun honestly has no recoil at all. For the underbarrel, we're going to be using the Merc foregrip. I like to actually hip fire with this weapon. It's really nice. Anyone who's close to you guys can hip fire very easily, and you guys can just get them down. Super nice. It is very overpowered. Lastly, for the magazine, we're going to be using the 50 round mags. Now you guys can try out the 60, but for me, I like to use 50 just so I can move around a little bit quicker, since if you do use 60, 60, it's gonna make you a little bit slower, you know, compared to where you're using the 50, where it's gonna make you a little bit faster. For the 6th class setup right here, I'm gonna be showing you guys the most overpowered meta MP40 class setup in this video. I did use here is going to be the recoil booster. It's going to increase the fire rate on this weapon, and for the MP40 guys, if you're going to have fast fire rate, man, you guys are going to go insane. This gun right here is very nice. You guys got to try this out. For the barrel, we're going to be using the 317 crossing, just so you can be a little bit more accurate and controllable with the scope. We're actually going to get reduced scope sway and gun bump. For the underbarrel, we're going to be using the Mark 6 Skeltos, just so you can increase the movement speed on the MP40 as well as the ADS time. So you guys, honestly, this is the most all-around best SMG you guys got to use in this game. The optic, I like to use a crosslink ISO 1, just because it's going to actually increase the ADS speed. Now, not a lot of optics can actually do that. And also the iron sight is honestly my personal favorite. I like to use this a lot, and I'm very accurate with this one. For the stock, I actually like to use remove stock. I see a lot of people using the folding or anything like that. You guys don't want to put that on. For me, the best movement setup right here for the MP40 with also no recoil at all and, you know, decent fire rate is going to be this one right here. You guys are getting a hip fire accuracy increase as well as the movement speed. For the perk, I like to use steady, just so you can increase the ADS firing move speed while you're shooting. You guys can either use this or you guys can use the Nerves of Steel. You know, it's up to you. For the perk 2, I like to use quick, just to increase the sprint speed while, you know, moving around. I think it's really nice. You guys can honestly get through different areas of the map very quickly with the increased sprint speed. For the rear grip, I like to use a fabric grip, just to increase the ADS speed, sprint to fire speed, and the hip fire accuracy. For the magazine, I like to use a 45 Gorenko mags. This is the best thing you guys gotta use for the magazine, just because you're increasing recoil, movement speed, ADS, and the fire rate. Honestly, those 4 things are so overpowered. There are some cons to this, but honestly, the pros completely outweigh the cons. It's very nice to use. Guys want to try that out. For the ammunition, we gotta go with lengthen, just so you can increase the bullet velocity. For the rear grip, we're going to be going with the fabric grip, just so you can increase the ADS speed, sprint to fire speed, and the hip fire accuracy. You guys can have very fast ADS speed on this gun. You guys are not going to lose any of your gunfights. And I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, leave a like, comment down below what your favorite setup in this video is, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.